Hi, Assalamualaikum. I'm Sevrina. I would like to present about linguistic variation or language variation. Language variation is the various forms of use of a language by different speakers, influenced by factors such as region or dialect, social group or sociolect, situation or functional variety, and individual or idiolect, which creates differences in the pronunciation, vocabulary, or grammar of a language. According to above, 1976, there is no study of language without taking into account the man who speaks it without studying the social environment. As a result, he tried to correlate the ways of speaking with social variables with an extra-linguistic factor such as social class, sex, age, habitat, race, attitudes of the speakers, circumstance of communication, and etc. There are 5 types of language variation. First, diachronic or historical. Second, diatopic or geographical. Third, diastratic or social. Fourth, diaphasic or situational. And fifth, diamesic or medium bass. And I will break down one by one. First, diachronic. Diachronic is the language variation by historical. So, the language changes over time. For the example, the word king changed from Latin rex to Old French array and to modern French array. Each generation adopts new linguistic trends. Second is diatopic. Diatopic is the language variation based on geographical. So, this variation across different regions. So, in every region has a different language. For the example, truck in USA versus lorry in UK. The meaning is the same, but the word is different because it depends on the geographic. Different pronunciation and vocabulary emerge based on location. Third, diastratic. Diastratic is a language variation based on the social consists of differences by the class, age, and gender. For the example is the use of formal speech versus informal speech. Higher socioeconomic groups tend to use more standard language form or a formal speech compared to the lower class or lower socioeconomic. Fourth, diaphasic. Diaphasic is a language variation based on the situational. Language changes based on the context. Language changes depending on the communication setting. For the example, a formal speech in a job interview versus a casual speech with friends. Speakers adjust their language to fit the situation and who the interlocutor. And the last is diamesic. Diamesic is a language variation based on medium bass. Or it's a differences between spoken and written form. For the example, gonna in speech versus going to in writing. Writing is typically more structured than speech. So the conclusion is there are 5 types of language variation occurs to the history, geography, social status, context, and medium bass. Understanding the variation helps us appreciate linguistic diversity. Okay, that's my present about the language variation. Thank you and bye-bye. Wassalamualaikum.